Welcome to our monthly trick videos where you can learn one trick a month. Spin is a fun trick for dogs since it involves action and movement. It's a great way to stretch your dog's back and neck along the side. It's also a great way to warm up before doing dog sports such as agility or flyball, where the dogs have to make fast turns at high speeds. Let's get started. Teaching your dog to really know a trick takes multiple training sessions, so be patient and only train for as long as your dog wants to train. You want to stop a training session right when the dog is having the most fun, so that they'll be eager to come back for more. Also, this will build their training endurance so that you'll be able to eventually train for longer and longer sessions. The first step to teaching spin is to lure the spin. You can also teach this exercise by shaping as well, but today we're going to just do it by luring it. If your dog follows your hand well without a treat, you can do it without a treat right from the beginning. But if your dog needs a treat to follow your hand, then start with the treat in your hand. You're just going to lure them around into a spin, click, and feed. All right, so she's following my hand. I'm going to try it without the treat. Nice, good girl. Nice, good girl. I'm also going to practice it the other way. I'm going to teach both directions as two different cues. One going clockwise, the other going counterclockwise. If you're just teaching one direction, then just practice the one direction. If you're teaching two different directions, you're going to have two different cues. For example, spin and twirl. So now I'm going to lure her a couple times in the opposite direction. Nice, good girl. Good job. Good. The next step is that they can do it with a hand signal only. So at the beginning, you might have to lure pretty close to their nose. As soon as they've got the movement down, you can start to fade that away. So if you're at the beginning, you're real close to the nose, you can be up just a little bit higher and do the same movement. And then up a little bit more, do the same movement. Until you like your hand signal, it's high enough up that you like it. So. Also, if you notice one direction seems harder for them, do that direction more times than you do the easier direction. You want them both to be about the same level of hardness. Nice, good girl. Nice, good girl. Good girl. Also, you want to decide how many spins you want when you say your command. So if you want just one spin, so you say spin, they spin. If you want them to spin again, you say spin and they spin again. One spin per command. Then you keep going with just one spin and clicking. If you want to do more spins, then you work your way up to however many spins you want before you click and treat. So for Allie, I'm going to teach her 3 spins per command. So when I say spin, she's going to spin 3 times. Or if I say twirl, she's going to spin 3 times in the opposite direction. So now I'm going to click and treat after 2 spins. Also, she's kind of sitting and spinning at the same time, so her spins aren't real nice looking. So I'm going to widen her circle a little bit. So she does a wider circle so she stays standing. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. Good job. Okay, I'm going to go on to 3 spins. Nice. Good girl. Good girl. Also, when you start to add the spins, you might have to go back to luring a little closer to their nose because they're not used to doing more spins. Nice, good girl. If you're raising the amount of spins, you also want to raise the amount of treats. So now she's getting 3 treats at the end of the 3 spin. Do it one more time. Here we go. One more. Nice, good job. That was a good one. Good girl. Also, if they do 3 really nice ones or 2 really nice ones or 1 really nice one of whatever you're looking for, you can feel free to give them multiple treats to show them that that was a really good one and that's what you want to see in the future. If you're just teaching your dog to spin 1 time per command and your dog can spin on your hand signal, you're ready to move on to adding in a vocal cue. If you're teaching multiple spins for 1 command, you want to start off by learning all the spins so that they get used to doing them all in a row. And then you want to do 1 spin and then wait a second to see if they'll offer the next one on their own. And if they do, click and finish up the last spin or however many spins you have left and then feed. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, good girl. And 1 more. I clicked for that second one because she started that one on her own. So I just clicked and fed, and I did finish it up with the 3rd one that I wanted. Nice. Good girl. Good girl. You can interspace this, waiting after 1 command to have them offer it, with doing all the spins, learning all the spins too, so that they still remember that feel in their body of doing 3 spins or however many spins in a row. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Don't forget to practice doing it the other way too if you're practicing both directions. Good girl. Good girl. Nice, good job. Continue working on that until your dog can do the amount of spins you want cleanly and as smooth looking as you want when you give your hand signal. And then you are ready to move on to adding a vocal cue to it. Very nice. Good one. Good one. And also the other way. So once your dog is able to perform the whole trick to your liking with your 1 hand signal, you're ready to start adding the vocal cue. So for Allie, her spinning to the right is going to be spin, and her spinning to the left is going to be twirl. So you're going to say your vocal cue, wait 1 to 2 seconds, and then give your hand signal. Spin. Yes, good girl. Twirl. Okay. Twirl. Yes, good girl. Good job. So continue this pattern of saying your vocal command, wait 1 to 2 seconds, and then give your hand signal. This part can take kind of a while because dogs aren't vocally orientated, but as long as you keep that up and give them that 1 to 2 seconds to try it on their own, pretty soon they will anticipate what's coming next and they will do it on their own. So we've been practicing putting spin on vocal command only. So we've been saying our vocal cue, waiting 1 to 2 seconds, and then helping them out with our hand signal. So now we're ready to add weird word distractions. You want your dog to be strong enough on the vocal cue that they're always doing it when you say your vocal command only. Spin! Nice, good girl. Good girl. It's okay if you still have to do a few warm-up hand signals to help them out, but they should be quite confident on what your vocal commands mean. Twirl! Spin! Good girl. Good girl. So now we're going to add in one distraction word or one weird word. You don't want your distraction words that you use to sound too much like your command. If they're a different amount of syllables, different starting letters, that's good. Bucket. Spin. Nice, good girl. Twirl. Good girl. So you'll mix it up. Sometimes you do a weird word. Sometimes you'll say your command first. If you have two different directions going, like I do, you'll mix those up as well. Sometimes you'll say one direction, sometimes you'll say the other, sometimes you'll say a distraction word. If during this process they don't do it, help them out with the hand signal. Spin. Popcorn. Carpet. Doggy. Spin. Good girl. If you say a distraction word and your dog spins on the wrong word, then start over again with the distraction word. So continue to try saying one distraction word until they don't spin on it. And then as soon as that happens, then your next one will be the spin command. And if they don't spin, help them out with a hand signal. Nose. Spin. Good girl. Good job. Twirl. Twirl. Good girl. Girl. Twirl. Yes, good girl. Good job. Now I'll add in a distraction word to it. Master. Eyeball. Twirl. Nice, good job. Good girl. And I'm going to end on that one because I can tell she's slightly a little bit tired and I want to be right where she's still having fun. And she also did it correctly and you want to end on a good one. Once your dog can distinguish between one weird word and the command, now you can start to add in two weird words. So you'll say two weird words, then you'll say your command. Also, you'll mix it up with just saying one weird word or just the command directly. Rain. Cloud. Twirl. It's very normal for them to, after the second one, be like, what? Twirl. Twirl. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Make sure not to move too fast and give them time to think between each command. So now I'm going to say the command directly without any weird words. Spin. Spin. That was her wrong direction. Spin. Yes, good girl. Pizza. Book. Spin. Good girl. Fur. Twirl. Twirl. Good girl. Good girl. So now you're ready to move on to three weird words. So you'll say three weird words before you say the command. And also as you practice this, mix it up with saying just two weird words or just one or just the command. Also, to strengthen your spin command is you can have people distractions, such as people clapping or saying good dog as you perform the trick.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy. Want to see me? Come over here. Come over here.
Twirl.
Come over here, dear. You want to see me? You want to see me?
Twirl.
What a good puppy you are. What a good puppy you are.
Good girl. If you try to do the command with the distraction and your dog is not able to do it, just back up a few steps and help them out. So when there's a distraction, half of its focus is kind of on ignoring the distraction. So if your trick isn't quite strong enough for just a vocal command, then you will add in your hand signal back to help them out. And if they still can't do it with the hand signal, you can go back to even luring it with the treat. So you're teaching them that even when there's a distraction going on, they can still do the trick.
Hi, puppy. Hi, puppy, puppy, puppy.
Spin.
Come say hi. Come say hi.
Spin. Spin. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Is that tricky?
Puppy, puppy, puppy. You're so cute. Yes, you are.
Twirl.
You're so cute. Yes, you are.
Nice,
so
good
cute.
girl.
You're
Good girl. If your dog can't even engage with you and they just keep going over and greeting the other person or checking out the distraction, then you'll want to move a little bit farther away, and you also want to start treating for just them giving you their attention. So if they leave the distraction, come back to you, you can treat right away for that before even asking them to do something. Dogs don't generalize well, so you'll probably have to teach the trick in a couple new places before they get the idea that they can do this trick anywhere. So if you're in a new environment and you try the command twice, so you say spin, and they still don't get it, on your third spin, you can give them the hand signal to help them out. If that still is not enough, you give the hand signal and they're like still too distracted, go ahead and you can lure them a couple times as well with the treat. Spin. 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 Wrong way. Spin. Good girl. Good girl. So she got it on the third time, but if she hadn't done that third try, then I would have helped her out with the hand signal. If your dog won't even engage with you because the environment's too distracting, or they just won't even look at you or pay attention or even eat treats, you can try waiting to see if the environment becomes a little less distracting as they get used to it and smell it. Also, you can watch our motivational video, which will teach you how to increase the value of your treats so that the treats will have more value than the new environment. Now you have a fun trick that you can use to warm up or stretch your dog or to show off their spinning skills. Subscribe for weekly training, educational, and fun dog training videos. We've also put out a trick of the month video that you can teach your dog. Remember, dogs do learn because their owners can be trained.